Hi there, my name is Björn Lefers. I work for the Berlin School of Economics and Law, where we developed a blended learning degree program in business administration. And in this screencast, I'll show you how we improve the Moodle user experience, UX or usability, and design with open source plugins. And we use some existing open source plugins, but we also developed 2 new plugins and helped develop a few new features for an existing plugin. Just to quickly point out how we ended up doing those changes and what the basis for it was, is that a few years ago I gamified a learning website based on WordPress with some additional plugins, and we did so over a few semesters, so this was sort of a prototype that happened beforehand. And the results were that we lowered the dropout rate by 16%, we improved engagement from 2 comments to 750 comments in total from one semester compared to the next. And we had 15 comments per person on average. We improved the page views by more than 500%, and we were also able to improve the grades. If you want to know more about this, you can have a look at my paper on ResearchGate. Just type in the title, How Can Educators with Limited Resources Gamify Their Classes? I wrote that paper together with Markus Birkenkra, and also when presenting it at the European Conference on Games-Based Learning, I recorded my presentation. So you can look at that on YouTube if you type in "Does gamification work?" It depends. So many of the lessons we learned, we then took to Moodle and tried to see what we can implement there to improve the user experience and the usability and the design. So this is what Moodle looked like at our university a few years ago. Then we changed the theme. As you can see here, it looks a little different. It's based on the Lambda theme. Just important for you to know, the Lambda theme isn't for free. It's not that expensive, but just to point that out. We are also using the H5P plugin to create interactive learning content. We are also using the Collapse Topics plugin. And the other plugin that we added is a completion progress plugin that you can see here, the block. Yeah, if you type any of those names into a search engine, you will find the plugins, and then you can install them on your Moodle learning management system. Now these are the plugins that we developed or helped develop some of the features. One is a navigation tracking plugin that you can see here. The other is the social comments plugin that you can see here. And then the level up plugin where we developed some new features that you can see here. So the navigation tracking plugin and the social comments plugin we developed together with Synergy Learning based on a concept of mine. And the level up plugin we developed with Fred Massad from Branch Up. And there, that is an existing open source plugin where we just help to finance some of the features. So now let me show you what all that looks like in action. This is a course I created for professors and teachers to show them how they can develop blended learning classes. It goes from conceptual aspects to screencast production to developing interactive learning content, open badges, and many other things. Here you see the Collapse Topics plugin. The standard setting in Moodle is that all the topics and activities and resources are open, and then you end up having to do a lot of scrolling. What the Collapse Topics plugin is doing, that by standard everything is closed, and then if you want to go to a certain topic, you can open it and see the activities and resources in there. To the left you see the navigation tracking plugin. What this does is that it just aggregates all the activities and resources and shows which one have been checked off or which ones have been completed and which ones are still open. So for example, here I could see within this topic I have not yet watched this video, and I have also not watched this text site. Now let's compare this to the standard navigation within Moodle. If I get the standard block in here, you can see that it is very, very long, but only these topics here are relevant. But then I click again and it adds more. And now I'm so far on the bottom that I can't even see the top anymore and have to scroll up again. And what the navigation tracking plugin is, then on the one hand it makes it more simple, it makes it more visual. I can see which topics I have completed already. I can see what's still open. When I go to the website, it automatically opens the topic where I've been the last time, so I can continue there. And then, of course, it also just gives me a sense of progress. I can see what I've done and I can see what I still have to do. Now let's quickly look at the completion progress plugin. You can see up here, again, it's just a visual indicator of where I'm in the course. You can see in here I've completed already a lot of the topics and activities and resources. And also the completion progress plugin gives you a sense of progress. I like the comparison with the book, where you always know if you're in the middle of the book, you can see half the pages on the left and you can see half the pages on the right. And online, it's really, really hard to have a sense of progress, and that's something that the completion progress plugin is helping with. So now let's look at the level up plugin. As you can see here, at the moment I'm at level 2. I have 257 experience points and I have 19 experience points to go to reach the next level. These are the recent rewards I got. So I got 30 experience points for the new social comment. So we made sure that the social comments plugin down here is compatible also with the level up plugin. And that also means that if I write another comment here, I should get enough experience points to reach the next level. Just to show you, I'll just write in here, great course, post it. So you can see that I have now reached the next level, and now I'm at level 3. Now here, if you click on ladder, you can see the ladder or the leaderboard. At the moment I'm at rank 7 and there's a few people before me and a few people behind me. Something we added that wasn't in there as a standard before was that all the other participants are anonymous, and this is now something that you can do within the admin panel to make sure that you're complying with the data protection guidelines or laws. What my colleague Susanne May and I came up with is this reward system here. It's sort of inspired by the tool guide for teachers that I assume you know. Apologies for this being in German, but you can see that the upper category here, communication and collaboration, we said should gain each 30 points. It could be a new forum topic or a new forum thread, or it could be a comment with a social comments plugin. And then that co-creation activities give you 25%. Anything that has to do with your learning progress, like solving a quiz or doing a test or something, gains you 15 points. And if you're only looking at something, like looking at a video or looking at a text site or something, that only gives you 5 points. But it's important to give the students an idea of what activity is worth how many points, so they see what's being rewarded with many points and what's not. And then through this reward system, you can trigger certain actions and get students to do certain things because you reward them higher. Now let's look at the social comments plugin. What you can see here is that someone has reacted to this H5P content video, and then some other people have responded. One of the features of the social comments plugin is the subscribe button here. So if someone is subscribed to the comments block, they automatically get an email when there is a new comment. So this is what the email looks like that you get. It's a daily digest. You can set the time when you want the users to receive it, but also it contains a link, and if you click on it, you end up going back to the activity where the comment was placed. This may seem like a very simple feature, but it's very effective because it helps people to go back to the activity, and the standard comment block in Moodle did not send out any emails to users informing them of a new comment. And obviously, if you're not informed about a new comment, it's also really hard for you to go back. So the discussions oftentimes didn't really happen because people weren't aware that someone has responded or someone had a question or someone answered to a reply. So hopefully this will help with having more engaging discussions online. Another feature we added is replies. So as you can see here, you can reply to a comment and then it's indented. Just makes it more visible if it's a new comment or you're replying to an existing comment, so you have a little less clutter if the discussion gets a little longer. What we added as well is a comments report that you can find here. And here you can see all the new comments that people have written since your last visit. So at the moment it's just the comment that I just wrote earlier. And if you click on the All Comments tab here, you have a lot of filter options to search for comments that people have written earlier on, either by author or content, or you can look at the date. and many other filter options. Another feature that we added with the social comments block is the ability to pin either pages or comments. You see the little icon here that would pin the whole page. You just click it, but also you have the option here when you can pin a comment. So either if the content here, the activity or resource is really interesting to you and you want to go back to it, or if there's a comment that you find interesting because someone is pointing out like a new concept that you didn't know before, or helped you with some calculations in, for example, a mathematics course, you can pin the comment here. And what that does is, if you go here to the pin board, you can see all the content that you have pinned to the page. So at the moment, again, it's just the activity and resource that I just pinned and the comments that belong to that one. So this is maybe interesting for students if they go through a course and want to pin some items that they may want to review before the exam. They now have a way to do that. Now here I list again the different plugins and the features, but we went through all that already. Also added the GitHub link. It is on GitHub already. It's not yet within the Moodle plugin directory. The same is the case for the navigation tracking plugin. Here again I listed all the features again and the GitHub link. Also this one is not yet in the Moodle plugin directory, and the reason for that is that we don't really have that many developers in-house, and are at the moment actually searching for developers who can help us to maintain that plugin. So if you're one of those, that would be awesome if you could get in touch with me. Then on the other note, the Level Up plugin that we developed together with Fred from Branch Up, he maintained that plugin before, and we only helped with developing some additional features, so there we're covered. So again, here both of the GitHub links, and our call to action would be great if you're a developer, because we're actively looking for some to help us maintain the plugin in the future. If you're interested in that, please shoot me a message to björn@lefers.com. You can see it here. I will also put the links to GitHub within the description on YouTube, or also if I post this at a forum, I'll just place it there as well. Well, yeah, thanks so much. I hope this was interesting to you. Would be super curious to hear what people think about these plugins and the collection of plugins also, and also hoping for some developers who might want to get in touch with me. Thanks so much. Bye bye.